Welcome to the Spotlight. You're tuned into Wrestle Kingdom Legends, your go-to place for WWE heat, headlines, and highlights. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and let's get started. Let's talk about what just went down on Monday Night Raw, because it might be one of the most tone-deaf decisions WWE has made all year. Charlotte Flair, after being off television for months, walked right back into the spotlight and was instantly inserted into a high-profile tag team match. No build-up, no grind, no story, just a red carpet rolled out like nothing ever changed. And who was left on the sidelines? Rising stars like Lyra Valkyria, who have been putting in the work week after week, fighting for every inch of TV time. This is the kind of booking that drives fans crazy. It's not hatred, it's exhaustion. We're tired of watching the same few names get endless chances while new talent fights, uphill battles just to be noticed. Charlotte Flair's return sparks controversy. Charlotte Flair's return to Raw should have been a big deal, a comeback story, a fresh start. But instead, it felt like deja vu. The daughter of Ric Flair, the self-proclaimed queen, walked right into a main event-level match without so much as a qualifying promo. 16-time women's champion or not, the optics matter. The problem isn't Charlotte's talent. She's one of the best to ever do it. The problem is that she never seems to need to earn her spot. WWE's constant protection of Charlotte has created an unspoken hierarchy. Her name guarantees opportunity, while others are left proving themselves in meaningless segments. That imbalance is what fuels resentment, both in the locker room and among fans. The tag team that nobody asked for. The match itself looked great on paper. Charlotte Flair teaming with Alexa Bliss to face Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. 4 former and future champions, 2 generations clashing. But here's the catch. This team-up between Charlotte and Alexa came out of nowhere. No story. No emotional hook. No reason. WWE simply paired 2 big names together and expected fans to care. That's not storytelling. That's lazy booking. Alexa Bliss, one of the most charismatic performers in WWE history, has been in limbo since returning. She deserves a real direction, not a random partnership thrown together for a single night of star power. The result? A match that looked shiny on the surface but lacked substance underneath. Bayley and Lyra, the true underdogs. While Charlotte and Alexa brought legacy and fame, Bayley and Lyra brought heart and purpose. Bayley, the Grand Slam champion who carried the division during the pandemic, has continuously reinvented herself and earned respect through sheer consistency. Pairing her with Lyra Valkyria wasn't random. It was symbolic. A veteran standing beside a newcomer, passing the torch, showing belief in the future. Lyra, for her part, delivered a breakout performance. Her athleticism, timing, and chemistry with Bayley proved she belongs at the top level. The crowd saw it. They felt it. They wanted her to win. But WWE's booking had other plans. Once again, the story of the future was overshadowed by the narrative of the past. The match that said everything. Inside the ring, all 4 women put on a show. The crowd was electric, reacting to every move, every near fall. Lyra's precision offense drew cheers. Bayley's leadership anchored the action, and Alexa reminded everyone why she's a star. But Charlotte? She made sure she was the centerpiece. Every major moment, every camera angle, seemed to orbit around her. Even Alexa's attempts to share the spotlight felt strained. 2 alpha personalities, 1 spotlight. You could feel the tension. Still, the match told a story, even if WWE didn't intend it. Bayley and Lyra were fighting for opportunity. Charlotte and Alexa were fighting for dominance. And when Lyra nearly pinned Charlotte after hitting her finisher, the entire arena held its breath. Then, just like that, Charlotte's foot found the rope. Escape secured, ego preserved. Bayley's frustration speaks volumes. When the match ended, Charlotte and Alexa celebrated like conquering heroes. Bayley stood on the apron, silent, arms crossed, staring daggers into the ring. Her expression said everything. I'm so done with this. And honestly, who could blame her? Bayley has carried the women's division through its highs and lows, only to watch others leapfrog her with far less effort. Lyra sat dejected on the mat, her effort erased by a loss she didn't deserve. It was a gut punch for fans who see her potential, the kind of performance that should have launched her, not set her back. The visual of Bayley's disappointment and Lyra's heartbreak perfectly encapsulated the problem. Effort doesn't always matter in WWE when favoritism rules the day. The division's bigger picture. The Raw Women's division is stacked right now. Rhea Ripley reigning supreme, Liv Morgan clawing her way back, and rising names like Zoe Stark and Lyra Valkyria fighting for their moment. But Charlotte's return throws everything into chaos. You can already see where it's going. She'll be inserted into the title picture before the year's end, while the rest of the roster gets recycled into filler feuds. It's a formula that's been repeated too many times. Charlotte arrives, dominates, wins gold, disappears, then comes back to do it again. Meanwhile, wrestlers who could be carrying the division are left waiting for the next opportunity that never comes. The fans want evolution, not repetition. The missed opportunity. This match could have changed everything. Imagine the shock if Bayley and Lyra had won. Imagine Lyra pinning Charlotte clean in the middle of the ring. The internet would have exploded. Social media would have been flooded with clips and praise. WWE could have built a new star overnight. Instead, they played it safe, protecting legacy over progress. That decision didn't just cost Lyra a win, it cost WWE momentum. Because fans can sense when something fresh is on the horizon, and they rally behind it. When that momentum gets cut off, fans don't just lose interest, they lose faith, the path forward. Charlotte Flair is undeniably one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. Her resume is unmatched, her performance is consistently strong. But even legends need to give back. The women's division doesn't evolve if the same few names always stay on top. It's time for WWE to start taking risks again, to let younger stars like Lyra Valkyria, Zoe Stark, and Tiffany Stratton get real wins that matter. Bayley should be leading that charge, guiding the next generation rather than being sidelined. And Alexa Bliss deserves a long-term direction that rebuilds her character, not another tag team experiment. The women's division has too much talent to be stuck in neutral. Conclusion. The fans deserve better. At the end of the day, this isn't about hating Charlotte Flair. It's about fairness. It's about balance. It's about fans wanting to see effort rewarded, not legacy protected. Charlotte, Alexa, Bayley, and Lyra all have something incredible to offer, but only if WWE lets the story evolve. The match on Raw was symbolic, a microcosm of the company's biggest flaw, the refusal to pass the torch. If WWE truly wants to create the next generation of stars, they have to stop being afraid of letting the old guard lose once in a while. Because until that happens, the fans' frustration will keep growing, and every woo from Charlotte will be met with a louder chorus of, "We've seen this before."